Welcome to Sign with JP. I am your teacher, JP, and today we are talking about food, specifically Italian food. Yum. First is a sign for Italian, and there are two signs, and they are still both used, and that's why I teach variations of signs, because if there are two signs that are used, it's good to know both. The first one is the old sign, which is an I, letter I, palm towards you, and we make a kind of cross on the face, okay? This is an older sign that deaf Americans gave to Italians because Italy is a very Catholic country, and the sign for Catholic is two fingers across, or down and across. So they made the sign for Catholic with an I for Italy. And you will still see this one around. But what has happened in recent years is that we have adopted Italy's sign for themselves, which is this. We got take an L and you bend the top finger, okay? And then you come down. This is for the shape of Italy. It's a long peninsula coming down. So Italy, that is their sign, and that is becoming popular here in America as well. Italy. So Italian food, we're gonna take an O and flatten it, and we're gonna tap it right at the mouth, okay? And I know people who are just learning, they get very concerned with like, is it the mouth right at the lips? Is it the chin? That is not that important. It's in this general area. So I tend to not like to touch my lips with my hands because I'm touching everything else, and I don't like to put them right at my mouth. So if anything, I touch them to my chin. And that's just me. Some people will put it right at their mouth. Some people don't touch. They're just right here, and that's fine too. This all means the same thing. So Italian food, and in this video, I'm gonna refer to Italian with this sign. It's the more modern sign. It is Italy's sign, and I want to be respectful of deaf people. And from what I see, they use this. A little side note, when I'm around deaf people that sign this, I will use that with them. I don't insist that deaf people use my sign. When I'm with this group of people, it could be here, I could go to this group of people, and it could be here. I adjust where I'm at. That was a little side note, but let's move on. What is the most common Italian food? Now, if you said pizza, you're probably right, but we're not going there yet. We are gonna do pasta. That's right, pasta. And so one sign, the variation is a wiggle out. They're both the same sign. This one is the one I've used. I was shown deaf people have used it, so I tend to use it, but they're the same sign. More like a noodle, okay? And then pasta. Pasta usually has a sauce on there. To sign sauce, we're going to hold the plate, and then we take a Y hand shape, and imagine that their thumb is the spout. And we are going to pour the sauce over. Okay, now I want to be clear. This does not mean sauce. This means to pour something. And it depends in context what we're talking about, what we're pouring. For example, when we sign that we have pasta, now I have sauce. If I have a pancake, now I have syrup. If I have a salad, now I have dressing. I hope you're following along with that. So in context, it becomes what we want it to become. Right now, we're talking about pasta sauce. Well, what kind of sauce? A lot of these are gonna be finger spelled, but in general, when we say like marinara, we're gonna sign a red sauce. Red is one finger right on the chin, almost to the lips, and we bring it right down. Okay, so we're gonna sign pasta with red sauce. White, we're gonna put our hand on our chest and pull it straight out as we close the hand. Let's try this one, okay? So an Alfredo, okay? Again, if we have different names and we're trying to be specific, we would spell it out. For right now, for this basic one, we're gonna sign what about a meat sauce? Meat, we're gonna take our non-dominant hand, fingers together, thumb up. We're going to pinch the meaty part of our hand and wiggle back and forth. That is meat, usually referring to beef. Okay, so if we have pasta with a meat sauce, There you go. What if you want a meatball? So you're gonna sign meat again and ball. Okay, a ball. We just touch all of our fingers together. And that is used, meatball. I'll be honest, a lot of adults will sign meat and they'll spell ball. A lot of kids too, because it's an easy word to spell. But I know as hearing people, we tend, and new signers, we tend to not want to finger spell because it's challenging, it's tough. But if with a little bit of practice, it's pretty easy. A couple other ingredients that are oftentimes in pasta, and they are actually their own sauce as well, is like garlic and olive oil. Okay, so garlic, we're gonna take an X hand shape, a little hooked finger, and we put it up by the nose and we twist it. Okay, garlic. Garlic because it has a strong smell, garlic. Now, with garlic, with this sign, you need to be careful because if you do it too low, it looks like apple. And if you do it high, up by your eye, it's onion, because onions make us cry. Right? So it's the same exact sign, but the location changes. That's one of the parameters of the sign, and it changes the meaning. So onion to the nose, garlic to the cheek, apple. Okay, so what we're working with today is garlic. Olive, think about this. Have you ever seen the kids, or maybe you did it, where you put an olive on each one of your fingers and yeah, so olive is like that. Usually 2 fingers is fine. I take it, I kind of pinch and do a little twist. And so that is olive. Olive. Oil is spelled, but it kind of flows. It goes O-I-L. Oil. Oil. With a little bit of practice, olive oil. Olive oil. My pinky was flailing out there. It happens. Olive oil. Olive oil. These type of finger-spelled words are very easy to understand when we have context and we know what we're talking about. If I just come up to you and do that, it's very hard to understand. But if I tell you, hey, with and olive oil and garlic sauce. You're starting to put it together? I think you're getting it. I think you're getting it. What is the last thing that goes on top of pasta that many people want? Cheese, right? Cheese. Cheese, we're gonna put our non-dominant hand palm up and our other hand on top of it, and we twist it. Twist just the top one. Cheese. Cheese, okay? What kind of cheese? PARM, and guess what? It's going to be spelled, and P-A-R-M is plenty. Let's finish off with where you would go to get some pasta. Maybe an Italian ristorante, huh? So we have Italian, and restaurant is the sign is initialized with the letter R, and we dab both sides of our mouth. Restaurant. Restaurant. Okay? This comes from the sign napkin. This is like we're picking up a napkin and we're wiping one corner of our mouth and then the other corner. Same movement, same place, but the hand shape changes to an R. Restaurant. Okay? And when you get there, you need to order. So put one finger up by your chin, just off to the side, and it swipes around and forward. Order. To order. In a restaurant, what are we ordering today? What do you want it with? Or maybe, or the other one. Do you want anything on top of that? So we're at an Italian restaurant and we just ate all our pasta. Eat, 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 eat. Finish, all done. Okay, so that's saying we ate and we're done with the pasta. And now what? Very typical in an Italian restaurant, maybe a cup of coffee. We're gonna take 2 fists and we rotate the top one. This comes from an old school coffee grinder where you put the beans in and then you... Some of you know what I'm talking about, some of you have no clue. That's all right. Coffee. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson on Italian food and pasta. Make sure you like, subscribe for more videos just like this. The next Italian food we're gonna cover is pizza. So come back for that one. I'll see you on the next video. Keep on signing.